Hello again, you all. This is David Trung again. And I've been watching some of the video today and just want to find out what would be you guys would interested in. And one of the things that this is the second of one of my training video, how to be a great agent. On the first video, as you have saw, is all about your mindset, all about your confidence, and then you have to know your purpose. This is what you have. What you're doing here, you're helping people, right? The more people you help, the more money will come to you. So don't think about the money. Think about how many people you can help. Okay. So today, as I promised, I will tell you how I can turn from a small business card that was less than 20 cents to over $30,000 commission, right? Okay. So as a beginning of, now you know the purpose. Now I know, I don't know I tell you this or not, but I think I haven't, but some of y'all may have heard this before. I got involved real estate because the guy said I speak multiple languages, right? I mean, a lot of people out there I'm able to help. So I would speak fluent in Vietnamese and of course English. You can still hear my accent, but I of course I speak English, right? You can understand me. That's how I passed the test. Anyway, I came here when I was 14 and learned English. 10 years, 11 years later on, I would help in one of my pastors in the church buying a house. So you went to 901david.com. You will see the first white man right there. That's my pastor. Very honored to met him in Philippines. I was there for 7 months, and I didn't know any English back then. I was crying when I heard he dumbling about the story of Jesus Christ. So that's how I know about Jesus come to my life at that time. But I didn't, it's passed away after a few months staying there. When I come to Memphis, I met him again when we go to church. And he do the baptize for me. Just see how life would change within the 10 years. A young boy, young man, teenager, didn't know the languages. Who would realize it after 10 years later on, I was the one who helped him buy his first house. And he'd been praying for it and end up, he found a house nearby the church. So you can hear his testimony in 901david.com. But the best part about it, that's why I'm one of the celebrities in Vietnamese community. He was a celebrity in the Christian community. People came from during the time of 1980 something to 1990 something. A lot of people know who he is, especially in Philippines. So for my website, a lot of people search his name. I have doctor call me, I have attorney, I have lawyer, I have worker, I have different people from Asian people call me and try to ask for the reference column because of that post, because of that website. They Google his name and they saw me in there and my contact from it. They called me about him, and he told me a lot of people find him because of that too, his name in my Facebook, my website. So back to the story, how do I have with one business card? So when to become a great agent, you got to be, first you have to know your purpose and you're confident. You have to build your confidence about your mindset. So when I first start, wait a minute, I'm gonna drink some water. I'm going to store, all the Vietnamese store, put a flyer. I asked them, may I put a business card there? So I put a lot of business card out, okay? So one person would call me and I would say, where do you got my number? How do you know about me? She said, well, I get your number. She said, I mean, I have to be honest with you. I found you. I'm not intent to take up your business card, but I took your business card because I want to write down. I met my friend for a long time, and this I talk about. You know, we don't have smartphone back then. This is like 2003, 2004. I'm going to write down my friend's phone number. So I use your business card. Listen to this. She used my business card as a paper. She write the name and phone number down of her friend that she put in the wallet. And voila. She was calling me after a few months after that, when she want to buy a house. So we go looking for different houses, and we end up built a house for her, okay, over almost $250,000. So at 3%, you know how much that would be, right? And then from that time, she referred me her friends, and her friend, and her family. So we end up selling a lot of house. So our house in price here from 100 to 200 to 300. So we're from her, because of her, I sold over $1 million of real estate. So that's how, from a small business card to make over $30,000. It's not saying this to say that a bragging or anything like this. It's let you guys know in this training, you gotta know that you gotta be marketing yourself out there. Okay, you have to know your purpose. Now we have to be marketing. You have the good deed in your mind that you want to help people, right? And you already know that whatever you do right there is not only helping yourself only, but you help the community, you have the economic, you have you help a lot of people out there have a job, and things keep moving. Okay, and that's how I got my start in real estate, and to be a great agent where I'm at today. 90%, 80% of the Vietnamese community here, they've been here a long time, they're into real estate. They know from their friend or their family, they know who am I, they know who David Trung is, okay? Some of them may know my Vietnamese name. David's my legal name now. That's how they know me. And one of the things that I just learned today is on Monica. I was searching about some inspiration story to see what you got out there. I haven't done this yet, but the way I do the different way that I do is I'm going out to help people. Either going out there translate, because I do tax, if people doing tax, they know who am I, and I put out flyers, not door to door, put in a Asian store, and that's how people know me, and from refers. So 80% of my business is from refers only. But I heard this story is very touching, and I told her that I'm going to tell in one of my trainings, I'm going to share with you today. And this will compile about mindset. It's meeting my standard too. About your mindset, the 3 things you need to learn is your mindset. This is from her. And just sweat equity. If you start a new agent or you start over, you don't have a lot of money, or you have broke, you didn't have any money. The third part is leveraging. So what she tell me about the story of her, what she done is she in 2000, what I think is now 2011, right? The market would crash, and I think 2009 market crashed, and she lost everything. She lost her partner, she lost her loved one, and her house with foreclosure. She owned her IS over $100,000. She owned the credit card over $50,000, and she had to borrow the money from her mom to make a living, another $20,000. But because of her mom told her, hey, now you didn't have anything, you have foreclosure instead renting, why don't you go moving in with me? That thing right there make her trigger her mind. She grown up woman, she didn't want to go live with her mom. So she got to do something. And that's when she went to one of the Tom Ferry class and coaching. So her friend loaned her the money to do that, but she was depressed. She go to therapy and she cries. She go to sleep every day. But because of that, her coaching telling her it's not about how to go doorknob or how to sell house, but work on her mindset. See, the most important thing about your mindset, like I've been telling you, you got to clear your mindset. If your mindset is clear, you can do anything you want, but your mindset is down, you're never able to grow out of it, okay? So what she did is let me get some more. She got to find a neighborhood that she can doorknob, but that neighborhood, that farm right there, they do not allow doorknob. So instead of follow the rules, she will ask for sympathy, forgiveness, right? So she came in here, the way that the one word that she wanted us to learn or share with us, and I think that's a brilliant idea, and I would like to share with you. I don't know. It's not about learning. It's not whatever people thinking about mindset. You may learn from her the way that she doing it, and I think this is pretty good. She made from no money to $1 million, right? In gross commission. So this is what happens. She says you have to remember this. If this is the right price, would you consider selling? Okay, that's just her line. So if it's the right price, would you consider selling? So what she did, she go around and doorknob people. She dressed up as like a summertime, winter time. She dressed up and she go door to door knock. And she went to one of this lady. She opened the door, invite her in, and that lady, from a few minutes, she was crying. She said her husband passed away a few years ago, and it's a lot of memory here. She cannot live here anymore. She needs to sell her house. So now she got the door. She working hard, right? Her mindset is strong. She go out, she door knock. Now she got a house. From all her sweat, working, labor, or door knocking, now she got about leveraging. So after you get a house, if you saw some of my coaching before, if you were one of my students, you would know that it's all about leveraging. And one thing that I like about ESP here is about leveraging. You can leverage the system, and it's a brilliant idea. All this training right here, ESP leveraging, so we can able to train. I can learn from other experts, and you can learn from me, and we are a mastermind together, right? So she leveraging from that house, and that's the same thing I did too. When I have a house, I post on Facebook. If you're a friend with me on Facebook, still the same 91 David. From time to time, you will see that too, right? So I leveraging when I'm with the previous company. If I'm a top real estate agent company, Monday sell leaders, which means you have to make at least sell at least a $500,000 sales in order to qualify. Maybe 10 house, 5 house, 1 house, doesn't matter. Over $500,000 sell amount a whole month. So I push it on it to let people know. So that's all about leveraging. So she leveraging from that house, and she's doing open house. And now what is she going to do again? Door knocking. She door knock. Hey, have you seen we had an open house here? Did you know that we had your neighbor? You know, we just list a house. You need to come and check it out. And when she got a contract on that house, she leveraging again. They say, hey, I just showed this house over here. We have, maybe if they have multiple offer situation, I just show it for we have 3 houses, 3 buyers, and we go for the best, but there are 2 more buyers that want to live in this neighborhood, your neighborhood. Would if the right price, would you consider selling? So what she means is, if it's the right price for you, would you consider selling your house? What you gonna say? You have to, if you get the price you want, will you consider selling your house? Remember this. This is for me. Everything is for sales with the right price. Okay? My house right here is not for sale right now, but you give me a good price, right price, or the price that I want. It may be over market, it may be lower market, I don't know. That's why people calling you and say, hey, you want to sell your house. But that script very strong. If it's the right price, which you consider selling it. And she gave them opportunity, and she got a reason to talk to them when she go a door knock right there, because she got a house on the market. She put up a show sign right away. And I think the place that she sell most of the house over there is like a little or less than $1 million. A majority more than $1 million. So she went out to door knock in Christmas time too. And there was only 3 houses left. And you know what? Maybe everybody would go home, but she not giving up. She have to door knock 400 houses. She have to choose a location, and she door knock 400 houses over there. So I'm telling this story for you. It's a training video, so you kind of know how to do this, and you don't do the same, but you can use and apply the same way that she do. The way I do is I go out, pass out flyer, the way she do a door knocking. So I would attraction people come to me. I give it out and wait, and she would come to face to people. That's why she's more success than me, right? I don't make $1 million in gross commission a year, right? But she does. Somebody in my office before, or ESB, that make double that. But anyway, she door knocked, and the guy opened the door. This was beautiful, you know, Christmas time, the decoration. So they invite her in the door, and that was like, just so he was showing her around. At that time, she would make over $130,000 commission. She spent about $1,200 buy cookies and wear like a Santa Claus hat and go around doorknob and give out cookies. If they're not home, she hang it out there for them. So after she doorknob and talk to the guy would brag and show off his house and all that, they get ready for the party, and the wife coming home. So the wife not really happy with the beautiful young girl like her, with her talking to her husband, but she cooled him down, gave him the cookies, and before she left, she asked the same magic question. You know, if it's the right price, if you get the right price you want, would you consider selling your house? And he would say, well, if you give me $1.5 million, like $1.5 million, $1,500,000, I would sell my house. And 3 months later on, she sold that house for $1,700,000, over $1,700,000. And now what's she gonna do again? What do you think? What is it? Yeah, leveraging again. So what she does is she go to door knock the next door. She sold us one of 1.8 million. Another one is 900,000. So she sold a lot of that neighborhood within 1 year. Listen to this. She make over $1 million in gross commission in that neighborhood. I may need to call her about ESB. If I connect with her, I think we'd be good. With this, she would like keep a majority of this, right? With ESB. But anyway, that's how. Now she can pay off the IRS, pay off a credit card, she pay off her mom, and then also pay off the second mortgage for her mom. And she's still developing. And so that's why the goal is, she says, you have to get a good coach. You have to set up all your time. You got to get a good mindset, and you have to work hard if you don't have any money yet to be a great agent like herself. Or that's what she was saying. It's the same thing here with me too. as a great agent myself, I'm still working every day, right? I'm still out there and helping people. My goal is not out there to like sell how to make big money or anything like that. But I would content of what I have right now, but I'm always trying to help people build it up. So in the next video, we're going to share with you how to be a great agent version 3. The next one would be, if you have some ideas, you can comment here what you want to learn, but it would be a secret, and I will tell you that on the next video, okay? And I know you will love it. Thank you. Have a good night and have a blessed day.